Hey Darren, nice to
Hello,
meet you again.
hello, Paul. Good to see all this after all this time.
We get two Zoom calls, two calls in a quick succession. That just it's very exciting for you, I'm sure.
Oh, obviously.
So basically, for those who don't know, we did do a live stream and it's very cool. And Darren had some beautiful things that he's gonna reshare for us again now. But there was a hiccup, so it kept pausing and things. So we scrapped StreamYard and we're on the old school Zoom. So we're recording this and we're going to share it to you lovely people. Um, but in the meantime, it's I've got some questions. But first of all, I think the first one is let's hear a little bit about you. You started at Keller Williams, smashed it, left, went solo with your business, dominated Twickenham, had a big team behind you. That like what are the secrets behind that, and then what was your thinking about why you should probably stop doing what you're doing and team up with EXP?
Yeah, so obviously I met you 6 or 7 years ago. I was probably one of the first ever Keller Williams agents, and I think there's about 3 or 4 of us in the office in Weybridge, and
Mm.
that's where I met yourself. And obviously, it just goes to prove as well. I mean, even then you knew your stuff, but after 6 or 7 years, you have been the social media SEO guru, only concentrating with estate agents. And it's crazy where when I had my own company, Bartlett and Partners, when I moved away from Keller Williams, I must have spent thousands and thousands with these marketers who could do these amazing things, and nothing really happened. I just threw money down the drain. So it's good to be back on board with you, Paul. You know your stuff, and
Thanks, Darren.
looking forward to working with a pro again, a pro. But no, so done Keller Williams. I was one of the first ever, probably one of the first independent agents in the UK. Really, Keller Williams is very American-fied. We was at realtors rather than
Yeah,
estate agents, and it's crazy actually how since I left Keller Williams, had my own business, come back into self-employed agency like this with EXP, it's incredible how much this has actually grown. There's so many agents out there now, at EXP, obviously. And it's great really now that we can all help each other out. It's good. There's a lot of friendly people. We all want to help each other out as well. And I mean, I'm only 3 weeks into it. I've made sure I've gone to events. So I like to go and meet people when I first start anywhere. And it's going back to really to the story which we spoke about before we came online a second ago. That remember when I started at Keller Williams and I said, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm just going to get myself ready. I'm going to Amsterdam on a stag party. And when I come back, that's when I get going.
yeah.
And everyone's looking at me going, what is he on about?
Well, I think
Um,
there's some nerves as well because you within Weybridge, you're probably the first. Like, I mean, I don't want to upset anyone, but like you're the agent with with lots of like you're a hype, you know. Some of the others, it's like a part-time job for them, or they're just getting into the industry. Like you were like established. It was like this guy is going to save this market center, and then you're just like, yeah, it's going to take it easy for a few weeks. So, I think there's some sweaty hands, you know, going, what's he doing?
yeah, well, I did. I came back from Amsterdam with a massive hangover and then decided to get things going. So the way I started things was it was all about choosing and making sure you choose your area, obviously where you live, and you got to start small. So you got to start in that small area. There was a lot of agents who were at Keller Williams at the time were just shooting over all over the place. Anytime they had a chance to get a listing, they were shooting to different parts of London, and I said, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So I just chose my area of Twickenham and went, that's where I'm going to concentrate on. That's all I'm going to concentrate on. And I'm going to start off getting people can start realizing who I am in that area.
Hmm.
So I was probably one of the first ever agents to go on camera because obviously all the Americans were going on camera, all the realtors. So I got myself a tripod and I stood over Twickenham Green and I set it all up and I got the wire out and stuck it on me and I done my first ever video and people were thinking, well, people were saying to me, what the hell are you doing? And I stuck it on Facebook, and people were still going, "What the hell are you doing?" But it started growing, and it was interesting. It took about 3 to 6 months, and I'd be walking down the road, and people going, "Hi, Darren, how are you?" And I'm thinking, I don't know who that is. Um,
I
I'll be with
remember
the
that.
wife at the restaurant, and people are going, "I love your videos," and I'm thinking, well, I've never met him before, so it must be working.
Yeah.
And I think too many agents get lost in, "Oh, no one's liked my post." It's not about likes. People are watching. It doesn't matter they like it. Just think to yourself how many times you scroll through social media, watch something, but you don't actually like it. So don't worry about likes. It doesn't matter. You just got to keep going. So that was a big thing for me there. And
Just on
another,
that, Darren, really quickly. Sorry, mate. That was all organic content you were putting out onto your socials, sharing it on the local community groups. At this point, there was no ads involved at all. You were getting brand awareness from people in the area purely by just producing content that's local and sharing it local and maybe some local hashtags type thing.
it was, yeah. It was just sometimes I'd just be sitting in my front room and I'd just have an idea or something happened that day and I'd just stick the tripod in front of me and just talk to it and just
Yeah.
send it out. You just got to send it out. Just don't care what people think, just do it.
Yeah.
Um, and it works because as I say, when people start saying, "How you doing, Darren?" and I've never met them before, I just thinking, "Oh, it's definitely working." So I didn't have balls on my face when I wasn't that brave at the time, but I have now. So there we go. So what I did, so just going back to the local area, what I did in the local area to make it grow was I then decided, I mean, okay, so the biggest Facebook group in the area is Twickenham Community, like they know the community Facebook group. So I thought to myself, well, I need to put myself into that. But I don't really like companies going in or businesses going into it because it floods it. So I decided what I'd do is I'd find out who the owner or who actually runs that Facebook group. Her name is Martina. So you go into sort of a Facebook group, you go to admins, you go, oh, that's it, that's her.
Mhm.
So I contacted her and she was going to a craft fair and I thought I'm going to go to that craft fair. So I went there, met her, talked to her. And I said, Martina, I know you do a charity event at the end of the year. You sponsor local charities in the area. Is there any chance I could sponsor that? Or is there any chance, obviously, but every time someone uses me as an estate agent to sell their home, I can donate some money towards the end of the year charity? And as soon as she heard that, she absolutely done. And then she helped promote me as well. So every time I put anything on the Facebook group, she was always, Darren's going to do this for the end of the year charity. Make sure you use Darren. And it really started kicking off. So that was one of the biggest ones for me
Yeah.
in social media terms. Use Facebook. It's so powerful. We seem sometimes to get wrapped up on Instagram, but Facebook is local, it's community driven, and getting into those local Facebook groups is a real earner. So
What's
that's what
your
happened.
view on LinkedIn for lead
Link,
gen? It's
so
just
what's that,
about
Lee?
estate agents rubbing each other's, patting each other's backs, isn't it? Really, like,
Yeah,
no?
it is a little bit. If you really want to go London, Instagram is all good because I mean, Instagram doesn't really sell people's houses. Instagram really is marketing for estate agents. That's what I look at it really. So I mean, not many people come up to me through Instagram going, "I want to buy that house."
No.
So but use Facebook. Instagram's great. I mean, I've got a massive following on Instagram, but I've been doing it a long time. So I mean, I think I've got 23,000 followers, which is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but I mean, I've got some tips how to grow your Instagram as well. I can share that with you a little bit later as well. But that's another thing. But just going back to your local area and what you should be doing in that small area is also I had cheerleaders. And people go, what the hell's a cheerleader? So there weren't people behind me with bomb-bombs and stuff like that.
It's very Keller Williams cheerleaders, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it is cheerleaders, and I took it on board. I thought this was a great idea. So I have cheerleaders. So I went to the local butcher, the local florist, anyone I knew was on the school PTA, and I just said to them, "Look, would you recommend me to people? And if you would, I'll give you a gift back." And I did. I was offering them £250 as a gift to them or to a local charity if they gave me anyone and it started growing and growing. And I would say to anyone who's starting off, do that because you have these people working for you. It doesn't cost you anything until you've actually sold a property and got money in your pocket. So you've got all these people working for you, local independents in the area who are your cheerleaders. And with these cheerleaders, you've got to make sure you keep them intrigued. You've got to keep them on the ball. So every quarter you invite your cheerleaders all out to the pub and we have a few drinks together and get to know
Right,
each
okay.
other. It's the local businesses and stuff like that. And that really works. That really works. And
So with that, how I when I speak to agents, clients, or just agents that I happen to be speaking to and stuff, I mean, you do it better, but I've had it with my SEO hat on, basically trying to get those local backlinks to help you rank with your website, your Google business, and your AI stuff. And so, same sort of thing. Like if you were to buy flowers each time you had to do a viewing, or you're always recommending a particular removal company, or each time someone buys a property, you welcome them in with a £50 voucher at the local curry house or something. It's in the business's interest for you to get more bit listings. Same with like if you're going to give money to a local charity or a local school each time you've sold a property in that area and stuff, it's in their interest for you to get more listing because they're making money, right? So they should be shouting about you. So I was saying it like try and get them to have a link on their website somewhere going, we're proud partners of Darren Bartlett with a link to
Mm.
your website to help rank, rank your website. But then you're right, like it should just be like that word of mouth kind of stuff too, like you're talking about, you know?
Absolutely. It's the biggest thing for me is if you go to a local, you're at the school and the lady who knows everyone,
Yeah,
that's your cheerleader. That's who you want as your cheerleader. I've
yeah,
got one. I've got Becky. She knows everyone. She drops her daughter off at school. She goes to the local coffee shop. All the ladies do. I have so much business come from her. But
right.
I make sure to look after her. It's only last week, I think last Tuesday, we went for breakfast together because she's my cheerleader. And on my database or CRM system like Loop now, you can tag people. So all my cheerleaders are tagged as cheerleaders. Yeah.
Right.
So I will keep in contact with them. So I diarise to speak to them at least once a month. All cheerleaders, always speaking to them. What's going on? How you doing, guys? And the famous word was always, you don't go in there and go, does anyone want to sell a house?
Yeah,
You always end it with, if you know anyone, obviously, who is looking to sell, I treat them like family. I just
yeah,
say to them all the time. That's
yeah.
the end of my conversation with everyone. And it's incredible how it comes back to you as well. So that does work. But yeah, cheerleaders, you can call them what you want. I call them cheerleaders because that's what the Keller Williams thing was. But
Makes
that's
sense.
local. Yeah, that's local community. Their people are going to shout for you. Make sure you look after them. They are staff members, and you ain't got to pay them, and they are shouting your name. So do that. That's a big one as well for the local area. And you can give them incentives. You can give them a few quid. It's a property you maybe wouldn't have had. So why not
I'd,
incentivize them?
I'd, I'd do it just for that beer each quarter at the
I know
local.
you would. You definitely want those beers, especially as the way Tottenham's going at the moment, Paul. But there you go. But just going back to social media with you as well, so some more tips and things I've done. So when I started, it's all about I need to get as much out there as I possibly can. Yeah. So I made sure that every property I had, it'd be entered, or I'd use 5 posts on one property.
Yeah,
Okay. So my first post would be coming soon. Then it'd be launch, photos, hopefully videos if you can. But if you get a video coming soon, just a short part of the video,
yeah,
then the video launched, then exchanged, sorry, then sold, then exchanged, and then completion.
mhm,
Okay. The exchange part is always telling the story about the journey we went through to get to exchange because we've all got a journey, how we got there. It's hard work. We know we're dealing with lots of the chain and stuff like that. And the completion, what I always got the best likes and most people liked was standing outside the house with the new owners, with some gifts, with the flowers, having a photo taken with them, and putting into local Facebook groups. Welcome John and Anne to Twickenham. I hope you all give them a large welcome.
I like
And
that.
also loads for them when they're walking down the street. Welcome them to the community. That went down really well. So
Yeah,
5 posts each property. I think that really
I like
works.
that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's because I think we've got a lot that we can talk about, especially you're going to be doing most of the talking, admittedly, but about the marketing stuff. But so let's just really quickly just talk about what made you. I mean, you almost didn't need to join EXP, but something happened like I want to join EXP. Why?
Because I was going to, you have these big ideas, I'm going to have my own brand, I'm going to do my own thing. I don't want to play right move. I don't want to pay 70, but I don't want to play, I only get 70%. I want everything.
Yeah,
But then you quickly realize that the fees start getting higher and higher and higher. And at one point a year ago, my fees a month in here, without even paying staff, the marketing, everything else I was doing, was about £24,000. Okay.
wow.
So if you have a few fall throughs, you start panicking a little bit. And I was dealing with the higher end market. So I've started Bartlett and Partners, higher end market, bigger fees. When some of them start falling through, because the market changed, it become painful. You start growing a lot.
Yeah,
And staff, you ask your staff, have you done that yet? You've done that yet? So you start thinking to yourself, I actually enjoyed it more when I was doing it myself. But I said to the wife, I said, I'm not really enjoying it anymore. And she's the one that she said to me, she said, why don't you just go back to doing what you've done before? It was yours. You do what you do. It's all about you. You know what it's like. And I went, yeah, I will. So I had spoke to Adam Day years ago when he first joined EXP, and I went to the first EXP event in London. Um, and yeah, I would have joined, I should have joined the same time as Ben Moore and Mr. Gunn and people like that. And I wish I had now because my revenue share would be massive now. But I didn't. But it's good because I'm back. I wanted to, I chose EXP because of the model of the dividends. We're business owners. I like the way it's set up. I like the way the revenue share works. I like the way it's all set up in that respect. So for me, it was a no-brainer. And for me now, I wake up in the morning going, my overheads aren't crazy. I'm just free to do what I want to do again now, which is promote Darren. And I sometimes think promoting a company is a lot harder than just promoting yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
100%. I think if we get the time to do it, because obviously we're on a Zoom, so we kind of limited time. But I did want to talk about personal branding versus business branding. Did you find that you went away a little bit from the Darren Bartlett or not?
yeah, you do slightly because it's Bartlett and Partners, and it's so you have to involve your staff into what you do. But the crazy thing about it is when you're sitting there 2 years into it, going, well, all the leads still seem to be coming through me.
Yeah,
They're not coming from anyone else, and I'm sort of paying these people to do it, but everyone wants to speak to Darren, and I'm doing it all still.
yeah,
That's when you start looking and can you sometimes think to yourself, well, maybe I should just do it on my own.
yeah,
So yeah, that's the difference really. I think personal brand is when you sit inside someone's house doing it as an independent agent, you can actually turn around and say, look, it's me looking after you. It would be me. And
yeah.
that's an easy conversation sometimes.
I think that's a good one to have. Actually, obviously, I'm not an estate agent, so I never had to try and win a property during a valuation. But to say to go there as the sort of the CEO, kind of like the owner of the business, and be like, you're going to be dealing with me from start to finish, and you don't have these overheads. You don't need. I know that you went for high-end properties, but for your normal estate agent, you don't need 10, 20 listings multitasking on a daily basis, a daily, weekly basis. You can just be like, I've got my six properties, I'm fine. For an
Yeah,
example, might be more than
yeah,
six. I don't know. Depends on your outgoings, but way, way better than that. All right.
yeah.
So you kind of, I think you made the right move. I'm not actually on EXP payroll anymore, so I don't need to say that. I'm a solutions partner of EXP, and they're my brothers and sisters. But I still think you made the right move. Anyone in that sort of situation, I do think EXP is the way forward for lots of reasons, but a lot of the ones that you've just mentioned there too. All right. I've got my questions on my phone. I did have them in front of me, but questions. What should I ask you, Darren? What should I ask you?
Whatever you.
We go through all this bit here. Here we go. Okay. All right. So let's say you've given me some cool things there, right? You've dropped in. You're going to be homing into Facebook and the Facebook groups. You've got your cheerleaders and stuff. I'm very confident you're gonna kill it at EXP because it's not like you've got to launch a new business as such. You're just kind of moving it and you change the name and it's just
Yeah.
another day kind of thing for you. But what's your 30, 60, 90-day kind of thing look like for you to build that pipeline and do what you do?
Well, it is. So obviously, it's exciting because I've stepped away. So it's like starting again. It is like starting again because obviously you are on your own again. But I
Yeah.
would say so. You get in first 30 days. The first 30 days for me is I just showed you a video actually, which I've just done. So I'm changing up my video slightly, a lot more snappy. There's AI used in them as well. So I'm changing that as well. So just to show that's a different thing we're doing. Um, then obviously I've got my database ready to go, so ready to phone people.
Yeah.
So the first thing I did was into my phone, my WhatsApp, sorry, my phone. Everyone on my phone, more or less, was WhatsApp. This is what I'm doing now.
Mhm.
Please contact me if you know anyone. Straight away. First thing I did, that was that.
Right.
I'll probably spend the next 3 to 4 weeks just going through obviously the CRM system, everyone I've known before, just phoning them saying, obviously, do you know anyone? What's happening? I'm looking for more property. Just speaking to everyone.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things
Old
I've always
school
done.
traditional stuff.
Yeah, just go
Yeah.
back into your
Very
database
much
because what
dated.
happens is So, I mean, I say database, but everyone has a phone of friends. Everyone has a Facebook. Everyone has friends on Facebook. Just go into Facebook and message people on Facebook. How you doing? How's things been going? Everyone's searching for the other people, but you've got people right in front of you.
Yeah.
Concentrate on the people right in front of you. You got friends, you got family. You got Facebook friends. Just go out there and ask for business. So that's what I'll be doing as well. Um, Going back out with the cheerleaders because I did step back a bit because I mean, you've got a company, you've got more things you're looking after. So go back out with the cheerleaders, go and see them again, start talking to them
Oh,
again,
yeah, I
starting.
love
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. And then it will be prospecting. So, well, the biggest one then is low hanging fruit. So,
it.
low hanging fruit, properties on the market. It's through Loop, obviously, you can do the prospecting letters. I just use the magic letter. I don't do all the letters, just the magic letter. Please call me about your property. I'm available up until 8 p.m. And that'd be it. That goes to properties on the market every 10 days until they phone me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
No.
literally keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Uh,
And then obviously in the background, you'll be working on my SEOs as well, Mr. Neil.
Woo. Yeah. No, SEO is good, especially in an area like that, like in Twickenham, sort of. The thing with what I would say with anyone watching, right? Um, when it comes to London, and it's the only city that I've discovered in the UK. Glasgow's not the same. Edinburgh, Birmingham, they're fine. London, because you got to do the 17-kilometer radius on an ad. It's very hard to then get ads, and the ad just target Twickenham. You're gonna get people from. I mean, you're in Twickenham, 17 kilometers is going to take you up to like Tottenham Hale.
That's
It's gonna take you
I,
to
I need I need a helicopter to get there. That's how
Yeah,
far
you
away it
would.
is.
You would. You could fly to Australia, but then
Yeah, that's just far too far. Far too far for me.
it's far too far, right? And so and there are other ways to do it, and that's a different video, right? But doing that local organic content and then sort of backing it up with some ad stuff is the way forward. But then we're doing the SEO. But I think what you're talking about there, you've got a database which is wicked. You've got your boys and girls that are your cheerleaders. And you're going to be hitting the direct. I think you see the value in the direct mail. It's not a glamorous job. Monday morning, a few hours doing direct mail. It's not glamorous, but it gets you business, right?
You get you there, yeah, and you got to keep going because sometimes I think when we write direct mail, we're trying to sit there for weeks upon end trying to write these amazing letters. Where sometimes I think it's always best just to have that letter to saying, "Give me a call," but keep it going every 10 days.
Yeah,
Just be you just want someone to phone you. Just want
yeah,
someone. Yeah.
yeah,
And we all know what happens with most letters. They go through the door. They go, "Oh yeah." They'll read the first paragraph, and that's it. It's gone. So just make it really simple. Just call me.
yeah.
That works. And I've done, and I'll stay away from leaflets because I will say I spent over the years thousands of pounds on leaflets, and it doesn't really. If you're a multinational company or you're a massive brand, you've got money to throw around, do it. But leaflets don't seem to work.
I think things like leaflets are good. Like you said, if you're a big brand, it's just brand awareness. It's like don't forget about Domino's or something, But to get out as a new thing, it's just going to end up being underneath the wobbly coffee table or something like that. Like you know what I mean? It's like
Exactly. Yeah,
it's
no,
it's money well
yeah,
spent.
they're costly. They don't really work. You need low hanging fruit. You need people on the market when you first start. You need to go and get them. That's your bread and butter.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's see what else I've got for you. All right. So you spoke to. I'm going to do a little plug here for my man in Dobbers, who's got Verify Trusted Verify. Trusted.
Yes, trusted verified. I've got that.
Yeah, you use him now, didn't you? So I'm going to talk about SEO real quickly because you did mention SEO, and it's going to work for you a little bit. So the way you've got all that additional stuff that you're going to be doing, and you're going to be hitting that off the bat, okay? And you've got the organic content going on social media, and then we can plug and play with a little bit with the ads and stuff. I think for you actually promoting those properties, you put a lot of time and effort and you've invested money and time into doing those property videos. To getting those out into ads would be a great thing because people will look at that and go, "Damn, this guy knows how to market a property." Okay, when it comes to the SEO sort of stuff, how I would help you is like I've already done really, to have those drop down for those different services you cover and the different areas in and around Twickenham that you're covering. And basically that's the foundations of that SEO stuff. The next big thing you need for that is those reviews. How many reviews have you got actually? You might have loads, eh?
Google, I think we got, or is it 78? About 80, I think.
Yeah,
I've got a
okay.
bit, yeah, that's, it's one of those things you've got a bit lazy with it because when you first start, you ask everyone and then you just forget to do it because you're just busy and wrapped up in something else.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things. I need to keep asking people to do it for me.
Yeah, yeah. And then when you get to start seeing it on that Trusted Verified. So if anyone's looking to do local SEO and stuff, get more reviews, and Ian Dovrin and Trusted Verify can really help you with that. There you go. That's my little plug. All right. That's a nice cash plug there for that. Um,
Any more questions for me, Paul? Come on, hit me. What we
I've got
got?
loads, but they all look the same. How are you planning to generate consistent valuation leads, not just brand awareness?
And that's the low hanging fruit. That's your low hanging fruit. That's your low
That's
hanging
your
fruit. That's obviously your letters.
yeah.
That's just to people in the market. Get them out there. Keep going. Go and knock on people's doors if you want to. I've never been a big door knocker. I'm not going to lie. I've never really thought about knocking on doors. Um, if I walk past someone's house and there is a for sale board outside and they decide to walk out, I'll talk to them. But I don't really knock on doors. I've done everything in the past. I've delivered brownies to people, all sorts of stuff. But I just think that direct that letter, get it through. Just keep it consistent every 10 days. Keep them every 10 days you want it landing on their doorstep. That's
And
what I
then you're
want.
selective with that letter. 'Cause obviously, I mean, you were originally you're just looking for the higher end properties, and looking at that video that you just shared with me half an hour ago with that property promo video, that's definitely high end property. So I'm guessing that's the same angle you're gonna take with this. Maybe you're gonna be a bit more selective. I'm not sure, but how do
No,
you do that? Do you
no.
just go, I'm only going to direct mail these properties?
Yeah, but no, I'm not. That's the thing because when I went at the high end stuff, it was, and then the high end market sort of died off a little bit. The pricey market died off a little bit because it just had. And I had friends actually saying to me, "Oh, Darren, if I told you I've moved," it's like, "Oh, then didn't use me." Yeah, but I didn't use you, Darren, because you only did the flashy stuff. And it's like,
Right.
well, that's because I was only showing the flashy stuff.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's changed completely now. So obviously, I have to
such
make
a good point.
remarket myself as I sell everyone's property.
Mhm.
You know. So that's the way it's going to be in that respect, really, because estate agency, we all know that listings bring listings. So you might bring on a lower end property, but then the next thing you know, that listing could then generate something else. You just never know. So listings create listings. So going out on my own now, it's all about that, really.
Yeah, okay. Are you going to have a cap? Like, I'll only do 10. Are you going to have a waiting list sort of thing? Some people do that. Or you can be like, no.
I did, didn't I? I did. That was my big thing at Bartlett and Partners. It was always 15 max. We had a cut off, and we did. When the market was great, we actually had a rating list. But for me, when I go on a valuation, I will always tell people I'm only looking after 10 properties. But if I have 15, 20 properties, that's fair dues.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know.
What's
But
the
there is a
market like,
point.
actually?
There is a
Sorry.
point, sorry, where you get to anything I can't physically take anymore on my own anyway. So it is probably a cut off is about 10, 15. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, I can imagine. Um, what's the market like in London selling?
Very price sensitive. When I say
Yeah,
price sensitive, so it's more of a buyer's market. It means obviously you put a property on the market, you think this is a chopper. We call it a chopper. I think it's going to chop out, no problem whatsoever. And you'll be there sitting there 2 weeks later going, I haven't had anyone on it. It's ridiculous. You adjust the price, you have a few coming in, you adjust the price again, and then all of a sudden, bang, it's found the right price within the market. So at the moment, when we price properties, it's all about making sure it's going to be priced right for the market. That's where we are at the moment. Yeah, so it's difficult, but there's a lot of agents out there overpricing properties, and it's good for us because that brings lower hanging fruit for us to go and get.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's nothing better than being the second agent and getting that price reduction.
So, okay, so for now, and as part of the whole strategy going forward, really this year and forever long, you are looking at that direct mail, slow moving, low
Low,
lagging, basically.
lower hanging fruit, yeah, that's got to go. That's got to be the one. But yeah, you get referrals, you get your cheerleaders, and obviously your cheerleaders are your buyers and your sellers. Once you've sold a property
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
someone. And once someone's bought a property, they'd be a cheerleader. You've done a good job for them. They go into the cheerleaders, and you invite them out once a quarter to come out and meet with you and come and see everyone.
Yeah.
Um, that's what happens. The
And
more
that's
property.
probably another reason why you have that cap of I'm only going to allow 10, maximum 15 properties. One, because you're going to like go crazy, but also you want to make sure that each one done like perfectly because then they recommend it to people on their streets, they recommend it to people in their little groups, and things like that. And so it's that referral thing you're gonna continue building.
Recommendations are massive, Paul, because there's so many agents, especially corporate agents and high street agents, they sell properties for people and then they never speak to them again. It's
Mhm.
just like, and then how many agents do I know who said, they've just come on the market. I sold them that house 5 years ago. Why didn't they phone me?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
you didn't contact them, you know?
yeah,
Or the next door neighbours come on the market. Why don't they recommend me? Because you're not talking to them. They're not a cheerleader. You need to keep speaking to these people.
yeah. All right, look, I think I had a notification about a minute ago saying we've only got 10 minutes left on this free Zoomy account thing. So the questions I've got for you to sort of try and finish off with, if we've got more time, I'll come to my phone and get you another amazing question, Darren. But what kind of content? I've got a couple of questions. What kind of content are you going to be putting out onto your socials other than the property, the five property side things? Um, and then I had another one. I've forgotten what it was. So you start with that one, I'll search my.
What sort of content? The content, yeah. I mean, it's video content. I will be doing more just talking to camera about certain things what I found. Like, literally sometimes like stories about your day. If you just have a story, and you know what, it hasn't always got. I mean, with Facebook, more Instagram has to be more property related because that's the way it sort of goes. But on Facebook, you can literally just talk about your day.
Yeah,
People like to listen to people because they know you're human
yeah,
sometimes. Um, and also that's why I've got the Facebook business and my personal Facebook because obviously more or less everyone's on both.
yeah.
And you can show you out of your family, you can show you out doing things like that because you're just human then.
See that. People want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be videos. Videos is good. I agree with that. I mean, actually, I encourage people to just do quick. I mean, 30, 60-second video could be about anything. You don't need to cram seven topics into one video. Just be like, that's seven videos, dude. Like, just do a quick 30-second thing and then next morning do the next one kind of thing. You'll have an endless supply. Um, but videos are the way forward. Obviously, graphics are nice and things, but videos they get to buy into you, right? And
Mm.
you're
I'm
the
not a big, yeah, I'm not a big lover of just putting sold
no,
property that's sold because some agents do the same thing. You just got, it's sometimes you just got to do things a little bit differently. Just
yeah,
stand
yeah.
out.
I actually find picking up your phone and just recording yourself, and then you might want to put it onto CapCut something and just do something and put it out. It's quicker than creating a graphic on Canva.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Like you got to make sure it's spelt right and all that. So just like done, off you go. Yeah,
Well, it's
done.
crazy because it's the same as most of our statements, really. We all have WhatsApp groups for our clients, and I never type. I'm always just speaking into it. This is what's happening. We've got a viewing here tomorrow. I always do that. It's just simple. It's quick. You ain't got to type it. So it's the same as you're saying about CapCut. Put it together. You haven't got to create anything on Canva.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. I've got another question, but actually, I've remembered on CapCut. I've got my favorite filters, my favorite things. So I can just go into it, put the video on, just go to my favorite, put that on some sort of effects. It's done, like pretty much. As long as you get good at when you press start, when you press stop, you don't have to do anything really. Um,
Yeah. See,
how are you going to nurture these? Like you're saying, you get people and they're like, they put the property in the market. You're like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, like they sort of forget that you're around or something. So, have you got nurturing stuff going on, or plan to have nurturing stuff for people that you've sold a property for, so that I don't know, 10 years time when they're looking to sell it again? Is that sort of something on your radar at the minute? Do you have a thing for
so
that?
every time I sell a property, or every time we all sell a property, we always get their passport or their IDs or something there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've always got their date of births.
Uh-huh.
Every time I set up a WhatsApp group, obviously their date of birth. Obviously, every time I get their passport with their date of birth, it goes into my calendar.
Cool.
Every birthday, they get a video from me. I sing happy birthday to them. I know it's probably really painful, but I do a funny happy birthday to them. Every birthday they get that. It's the most simplest and the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah,
Ever
yeah,
sold a property with someone or someone's bought a property from you. make sure you send them a happy birthday wish on their birthday every year if you don't do anything else.
Yeah. I love that actually. That's way more personal than just an automated email type thing. Like, I don't know, what would you
Happy
even say? Like,
birthday.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, yeah. All right. Is there anything I've missed? Anything you want to bring up to help the people that are watching this video of you that and these
No, one thing I get asked a lot as well, how do you build your Instagram page to get as many followers? And I would say to people, there's a few things, just got to keep at it, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Or you can run competitions. Competition is quite a good one. I was saying to someone the other day, I've done this going back years ago now, but you can, we had some rugby tickets for a big game. So I put it out on Instagram, a little video just saying, obviously, I've got these tickets. If anyone wants to win these tickets for Saturday, all you got to do is like and share this post to 10 of your friends, and whoever like shares the most, they go into a draw, and that brings more followers. So use Instagram, do some competitions on there within your local area. It could be win tickets to the local restaurant down the road. If you speak to a local restaurant, they're going to get your local restaurant. If you can speak to your local restaurant, if they're going to get advertising anyway, they'll probably get that meal for free. There's so many stuff you can do, but just literally say to people, like and share with 10 people, or like and share with 5 people, and it'll start building up your Instagram following.
Yeah, right, love that. Darren, I knew that you'd have loads of golden gems to share with me today. So you didn't
The old,
disappoint.
the old nuggets.
I'll bring you in, I'll bring you in each week.
Yeah, yeah, we do masterminds.
Yeah. We've heard this story before. I don't know. Not this one. This is a different story.
Yeah, I've got loads of them, but I've got loads of ideas. Sometimes you just got to do them. You got to say okay, and just every day you just go okay. Before I start the week, I literally say, "What? That's what I'm doing this week." Every day I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, just be structured.
All right. We're gonna get cut out now. But as always, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure everyone's gonna love your content and your tips and things. And no doubt I'll speak to you soon anyway.
Lovely. Well, hopefully next time you speak to me, Tottenham might still be in a Premiership, bud.
Ah. See you later.
See you later, bud.
Bye.